I'm LP Master 6, and welcome to my 105th Let's Play. We get to see Kirby's Dome House down there, if you looked closely. This is Kirby's Star Stacker, yet another one of the great Kirby spin-off games that are just so perfectly in line with the main titles aesthetically and mechanically. This one not so much mechanically as, in case you couldn't tell from the title, the word stacker. It is a falling block puzzle game, which was a very, very oversaturated market, at least since 1990. Ever since Tetris and then Dr. Mario came out, it feels like there's just constantly falling block puzzle games coming out. But this one, I quite like. Nintendo seems to come out with some really good ones, except Wario's Woods, which I do not like. But this game's pretty great. Mechanically, it's not quite as in line with the main games as, say, Pinball Land or Dream Course, but that's fine. It's a puzzle game. And I'm not even that bad at it, shockingly enough. But this came out in 1997 for the Game Boy, I think in all regions, because this is our first game in 1997 on the channel. If you really don't know how to play this game at all, I'll let you pay attention to the tutorial on screen while I explain, because I want to do this early on because people don't ever seem to understand this. In case you've never seen me before, I'm LP Master 6, and I'm Let's Playing every game in release order in every series relevant to the original Super Smash Bros. Thus far including the Mario series, the Donkey Kong series, the Legend of Zelda series, the Metroid series, the Yoshi series, the Kirby series, the Star Fox series, the Pokemon series, the Earthbound series, and the F-Zero series. Ooh, I shouldn't be doing that. I've been having asthma problems. But anyway, I was talking about how exciting this game is. The title is a lie. You don't stack stars at all. You're supposed to sandwich stars between the friend blocks. You know, the animal friends from Kirby's Dream Land 2. If you line them up with any blocks in between that aren't other friend blocks, they and everything between them will disappear. And, you know, usual puzzle game fare, you want to get chain reactions and all of that. But your goal in each level, in the main mode at least, is to clear out as many star blocks as possible. And chain reactions give you bonus stars, which don't necessarily become star blocks, but they can, and that furthers your combo. It's easier to watch than to just explain, so just pay attention and you'll get the hang of it. It's pretty easy to get the hang of, but basically just keep putting stars in between your friends. There you go. You see, this is what I was just talking about with the train reaction and everything. They really should have called the game Kirby's Star Sandwich or something, which would have been a way more unique title, because you're not stacking stars. You can, but you don't want to. I guess you want to stack as many as possible and then put the friends on the end? I don't know. But it's better than the Japanese title, which is, brace yourself, Kirby's Sparkling Kids. Huh? Who are the kids? The stars? Your animal friends? Is Kirby a father? Oh, this is important. The two center columns, the two in the middle, are the ones that determine if the game is over. You can reach the top on any of the other columns and it doesn't matter. The ones that reach the top are just despawned. But you cannot do that at all here in the center. But sparkling kids? I mean, the stars are sparkling, sure, but why do you want your kids to sparkle? Is this who Kirby really is? Is his identity the father of the stars and that's why he's obsessed with them? I don't get it. Okay, well that's enough of the tutorial. If you keep letting the title screen play, it'll go through demos and stuff. But let's go down to rules and see if we can get any... Oh, no, never mind. That's just what we just watched. You want to see something else? If you press select, it's that simple to erase your saved data. Or, alternatively, if you don't want to erase all your data, you can go do it on any mode. Oh, well, except versus, because you don't save data for that. Or rules, or records, just the main three modes. Round clear, challenge, and time attack. So I'm going to get into the main game here. Round clear. We have 4 difficulties here from the very start, and we're going to start with normal and go as far as we can. Hey, Kirby, this means war. If you can stack this many stars, you win. Now, I'm going to read the entire story blurb from the manual, so I'm sorry if this bores you for a bit. This is the entire story page. Kirby needs to stack the stars. That's the entire story. There's a whole page in the manual that says story. And that's all it says on it, and then it describes gameplay after that sentence. So we don't have any of the details. Why does he need to stack the stars? When? How soon? All we know is the who and the what. Kirby needs to stack the stars. That's all we know. I don't know why I think that's funny. DDD is the villain here. He doesn't want you to stack the stars, but he's challenging you to stack the stars? I don't understand. And this is more a tutorial than the actual tutorial is. You can press A or B to rotate them differently. Obviously, the speed increases in the higher difficulties, so that becomes very handy later on down the line. Again, I'm really not that bad at this game. I can do the super hard difficulty pretty okay, so we might be at this game for a while. Now, I try to Let's Play every game to 100% completion on the channel, but puzzle games and sports games and a few other games are exceptions to the rule. Time out. Oh, that's right. Every 4 rounds, you get a little cutscene. Very charming, very Kirby. Also, I didn't talk about how great the background is. What do I want to do here? Alright. Well, now I have free will for the first time. That's not good for me, because I'm not good at puzzle games. Alright, I'm just gonna put you there. Oh, it doesn't matter, because they're gonna dissipate. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna take the risk here. Yeah, so any of you people who are actually good at puzzle games, I apologize. You are probably scowling. I say this every time I do a puzzle game, but what do you want me to do, okay? I'm bad at them. 46 whole seconds. This is what happens when they take the tutorials away. But in the rules section, I love the question mark background. I like this Greens-esque background too. I don't know why I did that. That's weird. Oh well. We can get a nice combo here. Oh, and that's all we needed. See, this is too easy. When you can clear all the rounds in a matter of a couple seconds. Another neat fact about the game, I guess. You can press all 4 buttons to restart the game at any time. I don't know why so many games have that as a feature. Do they think it's a bad idea for you to turn the system off and back on? I don't know. Like, at all. Alright, we have 2 kinds. Well, that's not useful. But we can do this. We're not even getting rid of any stars. Oops. As you can see, DDD's head, it tells you right there how many stars you have left to do. We don't have anybody with stars stacked between each other. Oh well, we can just do this and we'll be done. So, sorry you guys have to sit through yet another mindless game where I just talk a bunch. But I'm going to get the neat game facts out of the way, so you don't feel obligated to watch the whole thing unless you like to hear me spout out nonsense. Was that another tutorial for us? Is that what it just did? Did it realize that I suck that much? Alright, I probably won't be able to show off versus mode, because I need somebody else with a copy of the game to do that, and net play is really hard to set up on emulators, as we found out. But we'll see. I might be able to do versus. If not, I'll tell you that player 2 is Waddle Dee. Oh, we beat normal. Wonderful. Wonderful. Let's go on to hard. When you lose, I get to laugh at you. Big time. Ha ha ha. Shut up. There is a remake of this game. With the same name, which makes it really confusing, and I don't know why people always call it a remake. Because it might as well not be considered a remake at all. But it came out a year after this one, and I guess that's why. And it's for the SNES. So I was stuttering already because I'm focused on the gameplay. The minimalistic, easy gameplay thus far. But that remake just came to Nintendo Switch Online, so maybe I'll actually get views for this. Of course, I do games in a set order anyway, so I just happened to Let's Play Pokemon Yellow and get a ton of views and new subscribers. Simply because I did Pokemon Yellow coincidentally when Pokemon Scarlet and Violet had just come out. And Pokemon was a big craze again. But my Nintendo 64 games, no matter when, just get tons of views. I don't know why. Is the NES, SNES, and Game Boy Let's Play market just oversaturated? To where nobody's interested in those? I can understand that. Yeah. Let's just do this. Oh, that's all we needed anyway. Sorry, I can't talk that well. I'm having asthma problems lately. Because it is September 18th today that I'm recording this. And God, my asthma really sucks. Ooh, accidental combo. That feels so good. I know that's what they want you to do, but I always do it on accident because I have no skill. Oh, okay. I will follow your command. Thank you for still in the hard difficulty giving me tutorials that break the game. And look at this. All we had to do was one move. How's this hard? It still feels really good though. I can't complain, but they should have called it easy, normal, hard, and then super hard. Oh, those are so charming. So nice. But I live in the south of a... Stupid GameCube controller. That is not what I wanted at all. I'm just going to do this. Oh, did it explain what bombs do in the tutorial? They wipe out an entire row. So, very useful. Alright, yeah, I'll just do that. Perfect. Oh, but that doesn't activate the bomb. Okay. Can we get kind next? No, looks like we cannot. That's cool, though. I really just want to activate the bomb to show it off, so I guess I'll do it now! Woo! Nice. A combo of any kind just feels so good to achieve. But as I was saying, I've got asthma problems, and I live right next to a bunch of farmland, so... Oh, this time of year is always awful for me. Down with factory farming! Most agriculture goes toward feeding cows that are in factory farms anyway, so... Like, the amount of corn that goes into feeding cows is appalling. We could save so much money, time, and land if we just, you know, stop factory farming cows for horrible uses. And chickens, you know, pigs, etc. But this is turning into a vegan rant, and we're not doing one of those today. But I had to use my nebulizer last night. That's how bad my asthma is right now. And I haven't had to use a nebulizer... Well, okay, I have at least once a year since I found out I have lung problems. But it always brings back fond memories for whatever reason. Like, even though I was like in and out of the hospital a lot at this time in my life as a kid, It just brings back fond memories every time I use the nebulizer. It always brings back memories of my first apartment. Some of the good memories. Right after I moved out of my parents. I don't know. It just always feels really good to use my nebulizer. For those who don't know what that is, that's a breathing treatment machine. Oh, yes. Oh, perfect. It's weird to launch the blocks in a clean slate, like, what do you call it? Screen. I almost said room or zone. I guess that would have worked. And the music is pretty banging, I will say. I was talking about the remake, I'm sorry. It was actually intended to be localized. But 1997 was the last year that the West continued production of the SNES and SNES games, even though they were still coming out in Japan. So HAL went to start localizing it, and then they found out that, like, America wasn't allowing that anymore, and they were like, oh, okay, I guess they just miss out on this game. So thanks, Nintendo of America. Like, because you were putting out so many games for the Nintendo 64 at the time. But yeah, this is the last year of the SNES being in America at all. But we still have plenty of SNES games to go. Do not worry. Because there's plenty that were Japan exclusive even after 97. But again, it just got released, that remake, in the West for the first time ever on the Switch. So go check it out if you want. There are some upgrades, but we're not talking about that right now. I just wanted to bring it up because I originally planned to bring it up because it, was Japan exclusive. And you might be wondering why I'm playing this version instead of that version. It's because it's not really counted as a contemporary release. It's counted as a remake. Even though it was like, they were like less than a year apart release date-wise, which would make it contemporary enough for me. But I'm just doing whatever Wikipedia and Kirby have to say on the matter, so I'm cool with whatever. I'm cool with playing this game again on the channel. Because again, I'm doing every version of every game. Yeah, we'll do this. Why not? Kind and Coup. Excellent. See, I'm sorry that the gameplay is going to be a little bit bland for you. Because, how do I put this? I'm no good at getting combos or anything in any puzzle game ever. So this is just a game for me to say I did and have fun playing, and you may not have fun watching unless you like hearing me talk. So thank you to whoever is watching. Please comment below. I am watching. And I will say thank you promptly. Because I never get any comments. I have one last note about the game for now. Because we're probably not going to be able to 100% the game, I will go ahead and tell you that the Super Game Boy border, this is a rare occurrence, actually changes once you have achieved 100% completion, which is really cool. The title screen also changes. So sorry for that spoiler, but that is a spoiler I have never cared about in my life, so I'm just going to assume you don't care about it either. Sorry if I was wrong. Ooh, it is so hard to breathe. I had to lay down for a few minutes before recording this because I knew being in this room with the door shut and the fan off was not going to be great. And I was watching more old YouTube videos of mine earlier because I've been doing that still. I'm on this project where I'm going to edit out all the offensive shock value humor and horrible bigoted rants I used to go on out of my videos, to make them more welcoming for people. I swore I'd never do that because that's censorship, blah, 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 but I don't want people to come across my videos and be like, wow, this guy is a dick. I don't want them to feel like I hate them for some arbitrary reason like race just because of a stupid joke I made. And then I'm like, well, just take a joke. I'm obviously joking. Well, it's really not that obvious past me. So I can go over some notes for that I can apologize for. It's not like we have anything else pressing to talk about, right, guys? Sorry, I'm a bit low energy today. But of course, I used to think that being high energy was the most important thing in the world for recording my videos. But God, my videos have become so much better since I stopped that nonsense view. Ugh. They were so bad. Alright, where were we? Family Computer Golf Japan course. Now, I've been watching 4 videos a day, and it's been a week since I recorded anything, so I got a decent bit watched through to talk about. If I were to redo the golf games, I do want to actually find out whether they're based on real courses. The golf courses in the games. Because some of them, it seems like that's a lie. Especially for the gold editions of the games. But man, doing 4 golf games in a row, especially when my guests were horrible assholes who kept ruining the recording on purpose. And I just had to, like, I lost, like, my whole goal for this channel. I wanted to, you know, I have 25 games done the first year, boom, knock them out. But I was so determined to have 3 or 4 players to show off for golf that I had to redo it so many times. And that just led to all 4 of those golf playthroughs being obnoxious and bigoted because of my guest. And because of having to redo them, I just complained the whole time. Those weren't even worth doing as videos. And I thought back then, oh, it'll be so funny because people see that like, oh, this guy did every Nintendo game. So it's not even about the quality of the videos, it's the fact that they're there. What kind of attitude is that to have? That's an excuse is what it is. Because you want to do videos, but you don't want to quality control them. Jeez. I am just obnoxious. But man, just so much extreme bigoted racism. So many Japanese jokes in the Japan exclusive games. Like, especially about bombs. And I didn't realize how offensive that would be. We also made a lot of jokes about how we shouldn't have bombed Japan. You know, but still, it's a very sensitive subject for a lot of people. And I know I had some Japanese viewers back in the day, so I'm really sorry to anybody, you know, that I offended. Because I've never actually thought anything bad, but I just made a lot of insensitive jokes. Which was not cool at all. And I finally, after all these years, acknowledge that. And then I went on a rant in Family Computer Golf Japan Course Gold. This rant about how, if you neuter or spay your animals, I hate you. I legitimately hate you. Think about how you would like it. Even though the repercussion, I've since seen the repercussions of, like, what happens if you don't get a cat fixed, for example? The cat ends up having so many babies. One of our neighbor cats, we were going to pay to get her fixed because even though the neighbor could afford, like, a carton of cigarettes, like 2 cartons of cigarettes a day, packs, not cartons. I always forget there's a major difference there. You know, she couldn't afford to get the cat fixed, and it's $114, so we were going to pay for it. But it was too late. The cat went missing. She gave birth to a lot of the cats we have now. Her name was Sasha. She was a bitch to all her children, but she was very nice to us. Very sweet cat. And she just got sick a bunch because she kept getting pregnant and having miscarriages. And the poor kittens, it was terrible. So many of them did not survive. It was a terrible environment. And so I've learned my lesson on that. If you ever saw that rant. Yeah, I have all my cats fixed now. All 13 of them. So I've definitely changed my ways on that. But I used to think that humans, you know, didn't have the right to do that. And I get that. In a sense, we don't. But when it's for their own good, legitimately, you know, it's the whole utilitarianism to an extent. So I used to be obsessed with utilitarianism in philosophy when I was in college as a philosophy minor. Poor Kine! Did we kill him? Did that star kill him? If I ever redid Family Computer Golf US course, I would actually like to do the 4-player, because we did the 3-player, but it kept failing, so I gave up. Glad I did. My God. But then listening to the videos, because of the hiatus between videos there, I started my job at Pizza Hut. And watching through all these videos this week has made me realize how miserable I was back then. I just had a complete downfall for 3 whole years. Between the end of 2017 to halfway through 2020. I was miserable, and I was climbing out of that. And I wasn't happy until 2021. Really. I didn't realize how miserable I was. All my relationships were garbage. My wife and I were not in a good relationship. We fixed that over time. Obviously, we have a great relationship now. But, like, I realize all these stories about all my friends, I don't explicitly say in the videos, but looking back, I just think, God, a lot of my friends were awful to me. These stories about how my friend David just cut me out of his life, and he got mad when I didn't want to hang out with people he was hanging out with, so I was like, okay, fine, I'll come hang out with your friends. You know, he was like, no, they don't like you too much, so... And I'm like, you just went on a rant about how you don't like them that much. And I'm your best friend of this many years, and blah, blah, blah. And the way I went about it, that was in my Doki Doki Panic Let's Play. It was, like, so juvenile, like, so, for lack of a better term, so high school. It was kind of funny to listen back on. Don't get me started on that awful Doki Doki Panic Let's Play yet, though. I hate when there's no good place to put a Kine. Anybody for that matter, but it just feels like that happens more often with Kine or Rick. But not as much with Ku. There we go. We'll eliminate the Kine, so it's okay. Alright, I'm going to put this here so we can get rid of the Rick. That worked wonderfully. I'm going to have to stop partway through this and use my inhaler. Yeah, I'm going to go with my gut and I'm going to do this. That didn't work at all like I anticipated. I don't know what I was anticipating, but oh well. But just, oh. And you know, my constant guests back then barged into my home every day and made my life hell for a good long time. You know, Cole and Grant. And there was just so much stress. Getting a job was miserable. My relationship wasn't good. My living situations stressed me out ever since I moved out of that first apartment. And, I'm happy now, so it feels good, but it feels weird because seeing everybody, like, be awful to me back then, not like I was perfect, obviously, but it's like, everything's good now, but it makes me mad because I didn't even realize it, and I want to be mad about it now, but it's all good now, so I'm obviously not going to dwell on it. It's just, it was a weird feeling, you know. I don't remember when that was. Friday morning? Yesterday morning? That was yesterday morning. I'm getting all my days mixed up because I've been so busy. Yesterday, we went to Nashville Veg Fest, which was a good drive from us, but we have gone every year, and this year was okay. Not that great. Ooh, I didn't even realize how good of a move that was. Ooh. But they didn't have my favorite cookies in the world this year. I talked about that in BSF Zero Grand Prix, my last Let's Play, if anybody watched that. Which some people actually did. Shout out and thank you to Croissant Beast 315, my most regular viewer, for actually, you know, commenting, you know, good stuff then. Not that you don't always comment good stuff, but, you know, I really like it. Detailed, in-depth comments. So thank you for that. And anybody else who watched, because I do get viewers now, and it feels really weird and really good. Makes me feel like doing this is worthwhile, because most of the time I'm like, why do I even do this? But, oh, I was talking about, yeah. I didn't know what food was going to be there, but they had the best mac and cheese in the world, so I got a serving of that. And tried a cookie sandwich. Kind of like one of those little Debbie chocolate chip cookie cream pie things. Also, cream pie is such a gross word. Once you get older and find out another definition of it, you know. Okay, I say get older, like age has to do with it. Once you use the internet enough to find out what it means. But yeah, I didn't like that too much, so I wasted my money on that, and then my wife didn't eat it either. She said she was going to, but I just threw it away because she didn't want it, and that was okay. It's not her fault. I tried something new, and it didn't pan out. And then I went back for more mac and cheese because I didn't have anything else I wanted. And I waited in line for 15 minutes at the most popular... And that's closer to us than Nashville. Still pretty far away, but they're a restaurant from Memphis. But whenever they go to this convention in Nashville, their mac and cheese is way better for some reason than it usually is in their actual restaurant. And it's so good. It's the best mac and cheese in the world. And I wanted more of it. And I was like, the manager was going through the line telling everybody, like, that they were out of the popcorn chicken, but they still had the drumsticks. And, you know, it's all fake meat, of course. I don't know what the cats or my wife are doing in there. But, and then he got to me. I was like, you still got that mac and cheese, right? Because it was still on the board, not marked out of their menu. And he said, no, we're all out. And then it immediately started to rain. And then my wife and I left and did other stuff. Still a fun time. I'll talk more about that next time when we do Very Hard. I'm LP Master 6. I hope you've enjoyed Kirby's Block Ball. Not Block Ball. We already did that forever ago. Kirby's Star Stacker so far. Sorry the commentary's been all over the place, but I'm having a good time, and I hope to see you back for more. Goodbye.